Hello, welcome back, everybody, hopefully. Be a second here before things get righted. I gotta fix some stuff here. Get some dungeon music on. It's gonna take a second for stuff to come back. Let's double check this. That's impressive. That's impressive. Let's see here. Blast this, and I think we're good there. We still got this stuff up, because that's the last time. Yeah. However, here's something weird. It's the one thing that didn't reboot. Well. Oh, you know what I gotta do? I got the dumb timer. Probably. Reload that. Cool, that's working. The dumb timer. Does anyone want to take a look at the previous thing and see what the number was at? Power went out. Too gosh dang strong. Hello, welcome back, Rat Clown Car. Welcome, everybody. Sorry for the weird blip. Let me see. I should be able to see this really easily. Videos. Bird's tail. Hey, it's me. It was at 45:55. Okay. Open. All right. Yeah, I've thought about getting an uninterruptible power supply. There's a problem, though, like... The problem is, like, what to connect to it, right? And part of the problem there is, I should save it. Part of the problem there is that, like, if I connect all the stuff that's necessary to make the stream work, I need 2 of them, and one of them has to be unbelievably strong. And then it's only good if there's, like, a very short blip, and if power goes out for more than, like, 10 minutes, I just have to be like, well, the power's out everywhere else. Time to shut down. So I haven't seen getting an individual uninterruptible power supply as, like, a huge priority. Priority right now is fixing the reason this happens in the first place, which I think I know the reason why it's happening, and I don't like it. Let's see. This... That's filled in. This is a door. String from a hospital. Yeah. The issue is, I think, that when it gets a little windy around here, it's possible for branches and stuff to, like, clip the lines and cause minor issues. But that's, like, you know, that's a problem that I deal with a tree service and not, you know, not a UPS. Although a UPS would protect me from some of those things, it's still a shitty, crappy thing, you know? Okay. We're on the right. There. Okay. Is this a long hallway or was there a turn? But yeah, if I lose power or something at this point, I'm not like I'm not concerned about losing progress in the game anyway. Because, you know, the map is the progress. Exactly, Roboto-san. Controlled shutdown. Although, like, I'll be honest, the last 2 times, 3 times I've had PC issues, it's been controlled shutdowns that did it. It's a problem, right? Because I know, right? I know okay, not there. That, like, I know that the risk of an unexpected shutdown is there. And it's a separate, different risk than the risk of a controlled shutdown that causes problems. But it's one of those things where the Goblin Lords, it's one of those things where, like, because I haven't frequently had any adverse effects from unplanned shutdowns, and because I've had adverse effects from proper shutdowns because of other factors, I'm just like, it doesn't fucking matter. I know how to recover my PC if it dies or whatever. Okay, so that's a room that, like, does this just have, like, missing texture walls or something? Now he fries them. That's weird. I guess it's like smoke in your eyes has a different effect. Yeah, weird. Okay, so that's all of that. It's fully described. All right. I'll look at something real quick. Yeah, I think what smoke does differently than darkness is smoke reduces your light radius to 1, but like doesn't delete your light spell, so you still get like secret door revelation. Very strange. What are we fighting? We're fighting a large number of skeletons. I should have got more coffee while I was waiting for the modem and stuff to reboot. Imagine this game, but instead of the like when a character gets hit, they say Bart Simpson quotes with the same like quality of recording. Specifically the European version of Bart versus the Space Mutants sounds. It's like just a little bit too slow. Eat my shorts. What else does he say in Space Mutants? Does he just say, like, aw man or something like that? Oh, yeah, cool, man. Cool, man. Eat my shorts. Excellent. Swing. Yeah, not worthy. Not worthy 396. New sound request for Rig. Who wants to... Okay. I'll make you a deal. If somebody can rip the shitty sound bites from Wayne's World, I'll request all of them on Rig's channel. What do we got? Swing, excellent. Wayne's World party time. Not worthy. Hey, Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Not. This is a good plan. It's from a game. It's from a game. They're game clips. They're game clips. Clearly from the Super Nintendo game Wayne's World for the Super Nintendo. Oh, no, no. Oh, no. Yeah. How much does sound requests cost? How many rig points do I have? Hold on a second. How many rig points do I have right now? I have 30,000 rig points. I have 30,000 rig points. I'd be able to do half of them. I'll do half of them. What are the best ones? We gotta do Highwayne. Maybe, okay, here's my plan. We put in one Wayne's World sound effect. We put in Highwayne first, right? And then as soon as he actually accomplishes putting Highwayne in there, we can all spam that one. And I'll request the next one, right? So we'll have one to spam every time he puts it in. And then the next time, right? So it doesn't dilute the spam across multiple sounds, right? Everyone can do the one Wayne sound for each sound wave. Because if he adds 5 or 6 Wayne sounds in a single sound wave, right? It's gonna dilute the spam potential. Okay, so this straight on. Okay.
Can I see me?
Through the door. Square room. Empty. "28 zombies. What? Clipping? Clipping should be available. Why wouldn't clipping be available? Are you not following, maybe? If your, like, following got reset, that might be it. Okay, yeah. I have clips set to only people who are following. Because of, yeah, it's because it's like, there is potential for people to, like, maliciously try to clip other people saying stuff out of context and things like that. And the must be following thing works because it works as a deterrent to that, because if you ban someone, it prevents them from following, right? So because it unfollows them and prevents them from following, you can't have somebody who is banned then be like, well, I'm gonna go get nasty clips and you know, make you look bad kind of thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was just explaining my rationale behind the choice to put it on follower only. Oh yeah. No, you gotta look. You have to carefully plan out your spam tactics to maximize utility. Oh yeah, no, totally understand. Your decision, how you want to use the service is totally up to you. Thank you for the clip, UHW. I assume that's me saying that I love my viewers and I think they're a great, beautiful community. Because with such a beautiful, lovely community as this, why would I think or say anything else about my viewers? A bunch of really messy lines. I'll have to watch that later. Post that in the Discord clips channel. Also, thank you, Dana, for being my my mouthpiece while I couldn't connect to the real internet. I got a dragon, you dummy. I don't need no wolf whatever. Runs the length of this, except there. Okay, and then this can go this way. Okay. I want to fill in from the outside on this one. I have a feeling, just a hunch, there's a lot of stuff that I don't need to worry about along the outside, and there's going to be a couple of areas that fill in. Okay, that's 3. Hook. That's accounted for. This has I used to like explore out from the stairs. But now I have phase door and APAR, right? So do whatever the hell I want. I can just I should kill A first. Dragon's got that taken care of. Just attack. Oh, speaking of dogs. Speaking of dogs. Speaking of dogs, I gotta think of more stuff for July. We got American Independence Day, right? We got more summer-themed stuff, right? We got fireworks. The one thing I wish it did with APAR and the coordinates is I wish it had up and down, increase and decrease the values instead of vice versa. Right and left do the correct thing. Up and down are inverted. $66 skeletons. Yeah. Well, Mibble might have been wasted. That's a pretty good tactic. It is basically the snake. Oh, that's good. That's good, Regadon. I like that. I'm sorry.
Fan.
You know, Orange Otter Pop, I'm not a particular fan of buffalo wings specifically. They wouldn't be my first choice. I usually go for like maybe barbecue or like if they have like a honey garlic or some places do like a crispy parmesan flavor. I'll usually want to try as many flavors as I can. Lemon pepper is good. For some reason, like, it's not like, I wouldn't call it like, I'm not like picky about, I'm not like picky about, buffalo wings. It's just I've rarely had any that I was like, wow, these are good. I would like to eat these again. It's always been like, that's okay. A couple of times I've had some that are like, okay, they got the perfect mix of like spice and like flavor, and it's really flavorful, and then it's like, usually that's also because they come with like a ranch or a blue cheese dipping sauce. And at that point, right, like, then I'm more about the blue cheese, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's meant to be. It's meant to be vinegary, but like, yeah, like barbecue or buffalo sauce. Just it isn't my favorite, but I do like it. Right? Oh man. Mango habanero. Sounds delicious. But yeah, I've had all kinds of different wings of all types of different like tastiness. And good other wings are always above buffalo, and bad other wings are usually below buffalo. But buffalo isn't like, it isn't bad, but it's hard to get wrong. So it's usually a safe bet. If you go somewhere and you're like, these are all weird options that don't sound tasty, you could pretty safely get the buffalo, you know? Oh, are they expensive now too? Shame. Wings are one thing that, like, I've never been able to produce good chicken wings at home. Never been able to do it. Like, It always ends up like too chewy or like not enough this, too much of that, or overcooked, or I won't say undercooked. I just won't eat stuff that's undercooked, but it's just a really difficult thing to get right. And to that end, I feel like a lot of restaurants don't, it's called squab. To that end, I feel like a lot of restaurants don't get it right, too. Oh, man. Yeah, fryer would probably help a lot. Yeah, I have to bake them. I have to bake wings if I make them because I don't have a large scale fryer. But I think part of it is that, like, I don't like wings when they're like, where was that smoke? Oops. It's here. Oh no! Oh no, Chubo! I just thought of a dangerous Biffo. Thanksgiving. Biffo decides to try American Thanksgiving, and he thinks that means deep frying a turkey. I'm using the thing, the Big Mess of Wires floppy emulator. Although I'm not certain I can recommend it for this purpose anymore. It doesn't play well with smart port disks, which is what you need to work with GSOS. Yes, that is configured like that. The problem is that the maker of the floppy emu is one of those, like, go on a tirade about how people are doing retro wrong because they're enhancing things to work easier than the original hardware. And so they updated the emulator to remove the function where you could have a smart port emulator with a hard drive and a floppy disk at the same time. So now you can't get that from it. I had to do specific stuff to get the disk stuff to work. I had to like roll back to a specific firmware version. Well, that sounds like thunder. Yeah, it sucks because, like, it's otherwise a pretty darn good device, but I can't recommend it for trying to do anything with smart port, disk drive plus hard drive, or GSOS stuff. It's just not. I don't know if I remember ZMUD specifically. I remember MUDs as a general concept, but not any of the specific ones. Are you hand drawing maps? It's one of the interesting things. To me about some online game culture is that, like, man, I thought I sucked at EverQuest 2. Okay, there's stairs down here. I thought I sucked at EverQuest 2 because, like, people were leveling up super fast, and I just didn't, I could never figure out where to go or, like, where the thing for the quest was. And then everybody was like, and then, like, somebody was like, oh yeah, you just use the thing where you just use the thing where you, like, get the helper that shows you a map of every zone and where all of the quests are in it, and use that. And I was like, oh. Well, now I don't want to. I saw the title of that video somewhere. You've entered the burial preparation chamber. Few but the priests of the mad god have seen this and lived. Okay. That's it. Instrumental play. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about the, like... I guess... definition is a... That's it? It's just a spinner? Okay. Right, it's... I was gonna say, like, definition is a tool to avoid misunderstanding, right? So, like, I feel like my disappointment in the ideas behind it are misplaced because, right, they're just describing and defining a thing as a way to more easily communicate about it. Rather than intentionally legitimizing the, like, practice of it in a multiplayer setting. Which I disagree with, right? I think that kind of, like, that shortcut of the, like, min-max requirement that people put on others is incorrect at a basic level, right? If you're telling someone else how to play a game rather than, like, making a decision whether you would like to play the game with them or not, But if you're prescribing how someone else should play a video game, then you are inherently wrong as the prescriber. Yeah, I mean, like, to a certain extent, right? There's a big difference to me between, like, choosing to play a game with someone or not, and telling someone that they're playing a game wrong. Right, and again, it's the difference between are you going, oh, I can't believe you don't know the mechanic, blah, 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 your gear's all wrong, right? Versus, I don't think you're ready for this raid. I'd prefer not to do this raid with you. Right? Yeah, exactly, Shaboy J. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing, Adventure Josh, is that you should have looked this up online. It's never the correct response from a player of a multiplayer game, right? Now, if you're playing a game with a multiplayer group.
I see a nice young man has
Speaking
come
of
to visit us.
multiplayer, it's Moonbeam
Would you mind running
Arcade.
the camera for a minute? My wife had to milk
Fresh
the
in
goat.
from the Sunday service.
That's
What
it.
was today?
The buttons are labeled.
Today's PlayStation. Excellent. Welcome, everyone. Get you a shout out there. Duncan Thrax, welcome. Moonbeam Arcade, welcome. Do you play anything interesting on the PlayStation today? Just got past the ads. Welcome to Past the Ads. Start this music back up. There. Day 85 on LSD Dream Simulator. Excellent. I actually just recently started. I've got 2 games running side by side that are both PlayStation games for during the weekday. Where did I put it? Where did I set it? I got 2 different games that I'm. This is this way. There we go. Gosh, this is confusing. I got 2 games that I'm running on the weekdays. Persona, Revelations Persona on Monday, and can I grab it without knocking all my Sega Genesis games down? Let's find out. And on Tuesday, I've been playing Star Ocean: The Second Story. Oh man, the pre-played sticker is fading. You can't see that I got this game for $15. It's weird. I think a lot of people got into Persona on Persona 3. I think Persona 3 was the big breakthrough moment for it. I really like the first Persona because it plays a lot like an RPG, and it eschews the social elements. This should be to a degree, it eschews the, like, social stuff like that. There's a lot less talking and a lot more dungeoneering, which to me is much more fun. And it's also got, like, the first stream I did of it, I might have spent 6 hours in the casino playing poker to get enough coins to buy all the items that you can miss if you don't do it at the casino early enough. But that's just me. That's just me. It's not very much on this level. So we can just go down to the other level. Do we want to go up first? Nah, we got plenty of MP. We've got all of our HP. Fine. We can do level 2 now. Uh-oh. Having this red dragon in our party helps quite a bit. But yeah, Persona 1, I think it depends. If you have the time to play a very long, very, like, fairly complex PlayStation 1 RPG with lots of different interesting things you can do in it, and, like, I think it's a cool plot. You'd probably like Persona 1. If you want more of the, like, social sim VN-ish kind of thing, I think Persona 3 would be a good place to start. They're really two different. They're really two different series of games to me. Got some regular plate armor. Okay, and we're in place. I need a new sheet of paper. was this? I found my notes about Tarjan. It's one of the things I don't like about the one of the things I don't like about the I understand. The same size. That's weird. That's very strange. That's not the right thing. There we go. And that means I've made a critical mistake in my map alignment stuff. So, yeah, I was going to say, I think the thing is, right, that there are plenty of people out there for whom playing a game, not understanding what you're doing, making a choice, and then just not caring what the result is, or like how it affects the game's future, or they're just perfectly fine with that, right? I'm not one of those people. I get really annoyed if a game presents me a choice and then, like, later on it's like, oh yeah, you missed like a third of the content in the game. Because you didn't talk to Jimmy in the secret room on, like, you know, during the event when you're at the hotel, and because you didn't see that, like, 25 other events don't happen. And it's like, there's a certain, like, in Persona 1, right? There are certain things you can do or not do that will change, like, what characters you have access to. But also, like, it's mostly, except for Chris, it's mostly just, like, say no to the first person who wants to join you, and then another person will offer to join you until you have reached the last person that joins you, and then you won't have any more people. So man. Oh man, you have to do the game right the first try, or you don't get to try anymore. It's gonna be a giant spiral. Oh, look at this. Giant. Every outer thing is a door. Okay. That makes this easy. Yeah, I think I get that. I think there's been a change in that, right? That, like, games are still couched in that, but also, like, I'm almost certain that designers are like, everybody's going to look it up anyway. Why don't we just have, like, 6 different routes? And as a result, you end up with a less in-game information that leads you down the path that you think is correct or going to have some result. I think also to a certain extent, the idea of some of the, like, social simulation elements of a game is you're supposed to answer what you feel like as your person. Do you want to join the swim team? If you don't want to join the swim team, then you say no. If you're like, yes, I love swimming, then you choose to join the swim team. And then the game is going to present you with scenarios that it thinks a swim team desirer will want to experience, right? Which, again, part of the reason I don't like social simulation type games in general is because then I feel like I don't want to play as myself. I suck. I want to play as a hero, as a cool dude, right? I want to not be the dipshit in the game. I deal with that enough elsewhere, right? Filled in all of the doors. I wish I could use a flute in the game instead of this horn, but I don't have enough. Do not have enough space in my inventory. We're just gonna do all the doors, right? Did I like accidentally choose the one path that leads all the way to the thing? I hope so. What was my hint? Oh, I lost my notes. Because I had them in Notepad and I hadn't saved it. Maybe I saved it. Fried. What was that? Who got that? Racer 6. Oh, hey, it's one way. What? Cool. Time proclaims you've entered the chambers of Bashar Kavalor, High Priest. Prepare to die. Not with this stuff, I don't prepare to die. These are chumps. One above. All the way to the edge. Kaika. Yeah, I'm making these maps. There's an in-game map, but the in-game map doesn't cover everything. It only covers, like, it only covers the, like, basics, the walls and where you've stepped and where doors are. Oh man, 3 wizards and a skeleton walk into a bar. Oh wait. If I have Castle 3 loot, this is a question I actually want an answer to. If I have Castle 2 or Castle 3 loot or whichever it is that I have, do I want items from this floor? Oh man, that sounds awesome. What do I have? I have, like, full adamant, luck shields, the crystal sword, the Yabara shield, elf cloaks, shield rings, Racers 6, carpets, gloves, adamant stuff, blood axes, bard sword. Yeah. That's definitely thunder. Boop, 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 boop. I've found so far that most of the utility items I discarded because they weren't really useful. In fact, I think I have more to discard. Like that light wand.
Mount, stop by and thank you for the cool streams you do. Cheer 2,000.
Thank you so much. 2,500 bits. Mr. K with Road.
We're gonna plant a
Thank you so much
fertilizer
for
with
the
nitrogen.
tremendous
If there's
support.
gophers, we're going to get them with a trap. If that doesn't work, we're going to use the gopher gas. And if that doesn't
Appreciate
work,
that
we're
very
going to cement it all in and paint it green.
Thank you so much. That is incredibly generous of you. I found that only the casters can use, like, the wands and stuff. Three by... Yeah. The fire horn, I'm so stocked up on fire horns. Yeah, -10 or lower for the low. Sorry, I missed that message. Then of the living chambers of Bashar Cavalor, the high priest, screams, "Infidel, face now the wrath of a servant of the Mad One. I think you're in trouble. One master sorcerer. I give him 1 round. One attack. Witter? Hey, we got a good one. Good one. Something odd, though. He disbelieved the dragon after he was dead. They disbelieved the dragon after he was dead. The dragon's like... And he's like, I don't believe you. The tower fly, a mad one die, once lost the eye. What am I looking for? Bard notes. Okay, I didn't write these down. We'll write this one down. And then save this file. To the tower fly, a mad one die, once lost the eye. Catacombs 2. Yeah, but I want the eye. Where is it? I want the eye. Give me... Oh, stairs. Hold up. That's good. I didn't notice that before. Animated wall art is excellent. Question mark gloves. I don't think there are any better gloves than this that I can get. The High Priest's treasure chamber. His pet dragon Sphinx peers at you hungrily. Sphinx eat now, it growls. One gray dragon. Thanks! Thanks, red dragon. Yeah, the snake animation is also really good. That's not where I wanted to go. Feel like cool, man. Eat my shorts. His treasure of goblin lords. Hell of a treasure chamber. The one thing I'm glad of so far although I'm sure they'll do it eventually, is one-way walls. So far, so good. Do not lack that liar. Well. No, I was saying I was glad that they hadn't done any walls that appear open from one side but are a solid wall after you've passed through. Like, when it's doors, it's easier to deal with. Steely cat. That is, it's true. It's an old saying. Venerable saying. $49 whites.
I think I'm being followed. What could they
It's the pug you follow. I appreciate it. They're traps, right? You know, they're well, I found the bard sword again. We're about to leave this area of dungeon, so we can ditch this. Oh, you got 5 characters to level 255. Oh, good. Good work. This goes all the way to the edge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. Oh man, breakable cheese, yeah. I like it. I like it like that, honestly. You're gonna do the hard mode, you're gonna do the hard mode boss, right? Yeah. Understandable. Well, have you collected every item in the game? Every item in the game that's not missable, I should say. I'm just trying to think up more ways you can play more game. That is pretty funny. Here's the problem, though. Steely Pat. Much of it is inaccurate. Much of it is wildly inaccurate.
I think I'm being followed.
Kyle Skeen, thank you for the follow. Where the heck did they started me at 1-1 on the other one, didn't they? Is this it? 11-5. I don't think I took a single point of damage in that. Boy, that went down smooth. Did I save it? Let's save it. Yes! I saved it, but then I didn't write down the things. I suffer for that. Beavers or seafood? Okay. 35. 82. $24.30. I'll take it. Yes. 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 408. That's good. Wrong game. How far we've come from that save. Perfect level. Okay, 73. One is nice, but it's not 73. Not for long. Not for long, Deep Freeze. Bits. Oh boy. Josh, thank you for the 70 bits. Oh boy. Alright. I don't really care about 98. $89. $89. Not bad. So, now we have we almost have archmages. They're on their way up the last character class. We no longer have wizards. have wizards. Light wand. Fire horn. Identify those leather gloves. $777. Oh yeah, we've had Mibble for a while. We've been mibbling for a while. And now I can never touch their equipment because if I do, it might unequip that. It might unequip that fucking what is it? The fucking scale mail that they can never put back on if they get rid of it. Parjan. Par. 11. 4. Oops. Oh, stone giant. No, thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. I could get like a demon or something now, couldn't I? Just a quick question here. I accidentally picked the correct door out of all the rest being fake bad doors, right? Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I figured that might be the case. Right, like I picked the one good door out of all the fake bad doors. I don't want to know if... let me put it this way. I just want to know, is it only traps behind them, or is there other stuff behind them? I'm going to map the whole level eventually, so it's only temporary how spoily this is. Okay. Oh, Chubo. Chubo. I had a great idea. I think Bing will have a fit, though. I think Bing will have a fit, but I have an idea that might be worth trying. Biffo decides to try an American tradition and does a Thanksgiving dinner, but he deep fries a turkey with predictable results. Deep fried gamer turkey. Oh no! Stasis chamber ahead. I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that. Biffo. Biffo puts a horrible British twist on all of the Thanksgiving food. Oh, a soul sucker! Wait, I was supposed to do something with the soul sucker. What was I supposed to do with the soul sucker? Alf's face in fireworks. You got a barnyard pig instead. Oh! I like the glasses. I guess I just fight it. Right? Oh, he stared at Berserker. Oh, we got it. That's it? Okay. Is that the stasis chamber? I thought the stasis chamber was this way. Oh, that's where you're supposed to enter from. Oops. Wait, what? Now I can walk normally. This goes to this thing too. very confused. Everything's peaceful down here. Oh, these guys are mad. Anything but the... I've hit a pit. Shouldn't have hurt me. Extremely confusing. Also, this is all part of this guy's treasure room, I guess. Sake. Oh, that's weird. Mithril scale is still on the table for equipment. You've hit a pit. The pit hurt me despite having levitation on. It's odd. Not that it matters. I have so much HP. A spiked pit. Game. There's like some spinners and some shit in here. Fried. Fried. Yeah, it's funny that the caster's like... In first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, they have elfin chainmail. Where where it was it counted as leather, I think, in terms of armor for thieving purposes, but not for who could equip what. And it was an explicit, like, armor type that was different from chainmail. So I think, like, rangers and thieves benefited from it. Extra leather gloves for some reason. Yeah, that's from first edition. I think it was different in every edition after that, too. Okay, so what? Is this the treasure room? It's just a big... It's just a big thing that loops. Hey, good work, Sneakernets, on winning football. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny about that adventure, Josh? Did you know that as written, elves, half-elves, and dual-classed humans who are part magic user can cast magic user spells in full plate armor if their other class can wear plate armor? And human dual class, I believe, if their magic user level, if they've passed the level equilibrium point. Otherwise, they lose experience. They get no experience, not a lose experience. They get no experience for the whole adventure. It's weird because they specifically say that in a bunch of different places, they specifically say as multi-class characters can or as elves do. Yet, computer representations of Dungeons and Dragons 1st and 2nd edition for many years, almost all of them, prevent multi-classed characters from casting in armor. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Although, I'm trying to remember if that armor was even good. I'm trying to remember if the Kenku armor was even good. In Gold Box, magic users cannot cast an armor unless they're dual class ranger magic users in Curse, Silver Blades, and maybe Pools of Darkness, but I don't know if they changed it in Pools of Darkness. No, multi-class can't do it. Multi-class magic users cannot cast an armor in Gold Box. At least not on the IBM PC version. I would request that you prove it. Because I've played those games a whole bunch, and they can cast with shields. They can cast with shields, and they can cast with protective magic items. They cannot cast wearing items that are specified as a main armor piece. No, I'm saying if you have a link to, I would love to see it. If you have a link to a video or something that shows a
I think I'm being followed. What could they want from me?
VV McDaniel, thank you for the follow. It's something that I'm completely unaware of, and I've tried a whole bunch to do it and accidentally messed it up a bunch of times. So I would love to see it in action because I've never seen that before. So I would like to be wrong in this. So if you can provide video of it, that would be awesome. Second. That's 4. And then the last one is 4. Odell Lake? Oh, I don't know anything about Odell Lake. But yeah, like I said, I don't have proof on hand right now because I stopped playing multi-class characters because of that, and because of the level limitations in later games. Thank you. Let's take a look. So this is using Gold Box Companion, right? See the inventory screen. Somewhere here. Spell screen. Yeah, I'll have to look at that later, but thank you for linking that. Let me Jesus, Twitch chat. Set that aside in the media channel. But yeah, I'll take a look at that. Thank you. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what it is. Because I know, my experience with the game was that early on, I was like, oh, I can't cast an armor with this character because they're... I can't cast an armor with this character because they're just not able to do that. And so I ended up making all of my magic users single class from Pool of Radiance. And then in Curse of the Azure Bonds, I discovered that Ranger dual-classed Ranger magic users can cast an armor, and the same carries over to Secret of the Silver Blades, which meant that they were generally better. And so by the time Secret of the Silver Blades came along, I was single-classing magic users to begin with. Now, depending on the rule set, Rangers get to cast magic user spells in armor, but according to, if I recall correctly, and this part I'm super fuzzy on because I haven't read this in a while, because as written, Rangers just kind of suck. But Rangers can normally only cast spells in certain types of armor. I think non-metal armor or something. And Elven Chain, something. There's some limitation to Ranger spellcasting. And this doesn't make any sense. So dual classing, if I recall correctly, dual classing has a whole bunch of special rules that are defined in disparate places where much of the multi-classing stuff is within like 2 or 3 chunks. One being on elves specifically. And so there's a lot of as elves do. Is this just... I guess I gotta fill these boxes in now. But dual classing, it's been a little while since I looked at it. The last time I looked was, we were playing the game in 2020. So, we were looking at it, the differences between dual classing and single classing specifically. And what they could do. And there's like... yeah, it's the character with 2 classes. And what I remember of it is when you switch classes... when you switch classes, you start anew as the new character class. You gain 1 hit point per level until you exceed the level of your previous class, and you have no access to... you must abstain from using any of the abilities of your other class. Otherwise, you receive no experience for the adventure. Which could mean like 5 or 6 sessions or more. It's like the entire outing to killing the boss and finishing up, right? Well, it's not moral, right? It's that there's a suggestion, I think it's in the DMG, but I couldn't tell you where. There's a suggestion in the DMG that the penalty doesn't have to be all of the experience, but that it could be lesser. They recommend that you use all of the experience. But the idea is that you're by using your old class's abilities, you're impairing your ability to advance as the new class because you're relying on stuff from the old class that is no longer relevant. Which, the way it's written, as I recall it, the way it's written in the player's handbook is that it's like it's couched as experiential, right? That like, oh, you won't get the full experience unless you tough it out, right? Because you're not learning properly, right? Which, to be clear, it's the opposite of how real life works. But it was clearly a game balance decision. Because hey, if you already know how to fight her really well, and then you become a mage, a magic user, you'll actually be better at being a magic user because you're more experienced at doing stuff. So it's like, hey, as a fighter, you know where to stab them to hurt them the most. So if you point your magic missile there, it'll do even more damage. Nope. Okay, now we gotta erase doors. Door spaces are, I think, symmetrical. Quick question for this game. Can anyone tell me if something was supposed to happen when I killed that soul sucker? Yeah, I will no longer learn how to kill them better. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I hadn't, like, fucked something up by going in the back door of the soul sucker. Gotcha. Is that a mosquito? I know there's the issue where when I step into the stasis chamber and then I'm no longer in the stasis chamber, it screws up the game until I teleport. I thought yeah, it works, but I still can't move. That's the current behavior. But like sometimes I can get out, and then after I get out I can't move. Yow! The big problem is that with most of the versions of this game, the, like, bug feature gold deletion shit makes it a huge pain in the ass to deal with that case, right? Let's just pull these fuckers. Yeah, Apple II and C64 don't have the gold deletion. The 16-bit versions do. Having two folks with Mibble is real handy. Are Ogre Magi immune to... Maybe they just have a bunch of hit points. Now I've got a mystery armor to deal with. There's one thing this game does that, like, I'm not a huge fan of. It's not necessarily bad. It's just a kind of, like, stylistic... It's a design style thing that I find a little irritating. It does this thing where it'll make very similar rooms or like similarly designed stuff where there's literally nothing in most of it, and then one similar thing will have the item that you need. Which, like, that has little effect on the way I'm playing it right now. But man, it jacks up my game design sense because, well, there's the stairs down. Because, like, I want stuff to look, you know, I don't want a bunch of, like, false, yeah, that's part of it, right? Is there's just not enough stuff. But again, as a comparison to wizardry, right? Like, this has more stuff in it than wizardry does, right? But it's very much still a wizardry type design. Hello. What's this? Dragons. Oh, the dragons are gone. Waste. So the problem with wizardry, right, is that, like, there's several floors with just literally nothing on them except for the deep elevator, which you access from the regular elevator. And then the deep elevator takes you to 9, and then 9 takes you to 10. And then it's like, well, you don't actually need to... You don't need to do anything else. You're here. And the rest of the floors just serve as like a training ground, right? It is. It's exactly what it says it is, right? Proving grounds. I think they forgot to put the doors in here. Yeah, like I skipped a large chunk of wizardry because it just, like, I peeked ahead at the maps. I mapped out the first 3 floors, I think. And then I was like, I looked ahead at the maps and I was like, all I want to know is, like, are there special squares on any of these floors? And for 3 or 4 floors in a row, there just weren't any. There were no special floors, and I was like, special tiles. And I was like, there's nothing on this floor. Just more enemies. And playing on Apple II, it's like a significant time investment to walk around a single floor. Right? No, you don't cast anything. You cast Mibble. You're my Mibbler. Oh, people are getting burnt. Yeah, no, that's precisely the problem, right? Is that is that it took so long to walk one square, resolve one combat that, you know, doing it a bunch of times over was like a great deal of frustration. I don't think anyone does anymore. The weird thing with Wizardry is the original version of Wizardry is not preserved as far as I know. Oh, I'm not doing that. Heck no. Because that's the Darkness Teleporter maze level. Surely. I can, what's the word I'm looking for? I can, well, now I can't think of it. Imagine, but more specific than that. I have a copy of the Bard's Tale construction set somewhere. And the problem with the Bard's Tale construction set was it came out in, what, 93 or 94 or something? When Bard's Tale was already, like, pretty old. Yeah, it came out an unusually long time after the original games, because the original games were, what, 85, 86 or something? And then the 16-bit version's in 87? 91, yeah, so 4 years later. Before this one, though. That's odd. Roads. There's trash on this floor. I think there would have been a lot more interest in it if it had come out around that time, but the problem is that by the time it came out, it was behind the times in terms of, like, game design usage, so people weren't even interested in using it to do stuff beyond what the engine would do. Except for, like, there was, like, one dude who made, like, a Bard's Tale type game. Okay, is that every square? square except this thing. The other problem was that, at least when I got it on MS-DOS, it had really particular requirements for its like graphics additions and stuff. The biggest problem I think it had personally was that it was quite limited, right? So you could really only make another Bard's Tale game with the same kind of, like, limitations that a Bard's Tale game has. So, like, you couldn't, like, make your own, like, interesting classes and, like, make equipment that was significantly more interesting than the stuff that was in Bard's Tale, except maybe some extra, what's the word I'm looking for? Status effect stuff. Not yet, Hesh. I still got another level of this dungeon to do, and then probably Kylarian's. Well, then the last level of the castle, and then Kylarian's Keep. I don't even have the EA symbols yet. I might. This is a very good port. Where were those stairs? There they are. Yeah, I reckon I'm over halfway done, right? Because I did one. I've done 8. You know there's 2 more. Plus 3 apiece would be another 8. So I'm right about at the halfway point. Oh, that's right. I did Castle 1, 2, 3, and there's... So I'm at 9 out of... Nine out of 19 or something. No. Out of 17. 9 out of 17.
I'm gonna give him 100 bits.
Battle Royale with Monk Mangard, a Mango Rinna Bailey UF Bridge Battle Royale with Monk Mangard, a Mango Rinna UF Bridge Battle Royale with Monk Mangard, a Mango Rinna UF Bridge Battle Royale with Monk Mangard, a Mango Rinna UF Bridge Battle Royale with Monk Mangard,
WWF, he has
Battle Royale with Monk Mangard,
tremendous problem with.
UF Bridge Battle Royale with Monk Mangard, the Mango Rinna
Mangular.
Monk Mangard, to Mangaler in WF for detail battle royale mid monk
WF for deep.
WF for detail battle.
F for deet. Thank you for the 100 bits. What was the thing that I was saying? That was one of them, but I forget what the other thing was. I think the day-night cycle is really cool. However, Hesh and I have talked about this a bunch, right? Where cool stuff in a game can also make a game sometimes less fun to play. Where, like, the day and night cycle requiring you to 76? Fine. I don't care anymore. There's too many of these to save scum. Stop. I hit the button too many times. It's fine. The only one I want to save scum is, if... Yeah, not yet. Yeah, like NPCs that go to their store and, like... And, like, you can't go to their store unless they're there, and then they're not there, and, like, it just, like, instead of being a thing that's actually cool, it's something that gets in the way of you playing the game as smoothly or as quickly. Yeah, Triperaticus, that's another good one. Hesh. That's because the NPCs are all CEOs. Get it? Yeah, like there's ways to do it that don't like interfere as much. But yeah, like when it's hard to find, when it's hard to get to NPCs, or like, saved. When it's hard to get to NPCs, or like the guard shows up because you spent too much time browsing in a shop. And they're like, thief, thief, you're breaking in. Halt, halt, halt. And you're like, well, fuck, I haven't saved it for like 3 hours. And now because I was talking to the shopkeeper for too long, I'm under arrest and it's tanked my karma. And I basically have to reload my game because otherwise it's unwinnable, right? Now, the best part of that is that can be multiple games now, right? There's multiple games where that kind of thing can happen, and you're just like, well, I guess I gotta reload. And so, like, it's cool to have a day and night cycle, but if your game doesn't have, like, the rest of the... If it's not well thought out enough and, like, forgiving enough, like in this game, right? It's irksome to deal with the day-night cycle because of two things. Random encounters can happen while you're standing still and time passing. And number two, if you advance time using the mechanism given to you to advance time, it deletes all your spells. Even the ones that are endless. So, in order to advance time so that you can just go level up or sell your crap, you now have to go to the guild and reset the time, recast all your buffs, go back to Garth's, get all your spell points back, and then go to level up, right? Or you've added these 2 extra stops to your trip to town instead of just going and selling your stuff and leveling up, right? So you end up having this, like, yeah, it's something that, like, the coolness of having a day-night cycle doesn't add enough to the game to offset the annoyances that it brings, right? Yeah, if it left the buffs up and you just had to go back to the guild and it would advance the time, or you could, like, wait, like wait until dawn and it would advance from wherever you were. A lot of mitigations, but where it is in time, this game in like 85, you couldn't expect too much out of it, but it's something that, in terms of evaluating the mechanic, it's like, it doesn't get in the way too much. It's not too bad, but also it doesn't add a lot, and it does have some negative consequence. Now, if it was the kind of thing where I had to go to the guild and cycle out all of my characters to save the game, and then I had to cycle the bank character back in so that my characters wouldn't have 0 gold if they died. Like, if I had to do that whole thing, it takes like 15 minutes every time I went to the guild, then it would be a lot worse. I think I am going to wrap up. We've done everything we need to do for the level 2 of the catacombs. Save this. John Matrix!
クルシュラールプス、スクラルルルズ、グアラプルズ、スクルピル、スクワレロレル、スカーロレル、ストアロレル、SQURLRLQURLRL、QURLRLSQURLRL、QURLRLQURLRL.
Thank you for 16 months, John Matrix. I am just wrapping up. Zophar streaming. We'll raid Zophar. Zophar's probably playing 7th Saga. Hell yeah. Only an hour and change in. That'll be good. Zophar frequently raids. The Zophar. Oh, I'm interested to learn more, Deep Freeze. I'm very interested to learn more about this version. It had a box. You still have it somewhere. If you can find that, let me know. That is some wild stuff. Man, I want to see it. I want to see the. I want to see the store. John Matrix, thank you for 16 months. Which is how long that alert was. I'm just messing with you. I appreciate it. We're going to raid Zophar. Zophar's a good dude. That's amazing. Yeah, I want to see that stuff. Folks, when you get there, give Zophar a follow. He's a good dude. He is a good dude. He's playing 7th Saga, which is a game I'm excited to play one day, once the furor dies down around it. But, you know, let me make sure this is saved. But an unused image writer ink ribbon. That's pretty good. So yeah, folks, have a good night. Don't forget to go to the YouTube channel. We got memberships now, if that interests you. With some pretty interesting benefits. But take care. Have a great night. And I will see you all again very soon. Tomorrow for Persona. Good night, everyone.